Okay, second to last caller, DRT0. What's up?
Hey, I wanted to ask you. Uh, Basically, my premise is that Trumpet and MAGA are worse than the lefties and the tankies,
Yep, I think we agree.
but you should still liberals should still be intolerant and call out and root out lefties and tankies from the liberal movement. Do
Okay.
you agree with this?
I think I agree with tankies to the extent that tankies are like Stalin supporters or people who fundamentally want to like destroy the project that I care about, which is, I think, defending the Republic. But it depends on what your definition of tankies are. Lefties, I think, is too broad of a term. And there are lefties, I think, that should not be rooted out.
Do you think Marxist-Leninists as a whole should be rooted out?
Marxist Leninists as a whole. Leninists? I think probably. If you're ideologically a Leninist, Marxists generally no.
Basically, people who support
People who support
revolution.
like violent revolution in this country or the overthrow of our constitutional order. I don't.
Democratic revolution.
Yeah, I don't think that we should have in our coalition people who support illegal, unconstitutional revolution in this country. Because my number one thing is supporting the Constitution.
Would you support? You wouldn't also support, I guess, legal means to remove democracy as well, right?
Yeah, so even if it legal means to remove some of the basic structures of our Constitution, like representative democracy at all. So someone who says that they're against elections, against having representative democracy, but it comes in different like shades of gray. So like I, for example, want to get rid of the Electoral College. I don't think that makes me anti-democratic. You know, I, for example, want to get rid of the Senate not being proportional. I think that that's not anti-democratic, or that's like a change that I would make that fundamentally changes the election system. I would like pass a law that gets rid of partisan gerrymandering. You know, that's affecting how the states conduct their elections. So there are some structural things that I might change about how we vote. But yeah, if people had an ideological position and wanted to institute like a dictatorship, I don't think they should be part of the coalition. I don't think they're real Democrats.
Okay, then do you think that Hasan wouldn't fall into this camp of people we should root out from the movement?
When you say root out from the movement, what do you mean by that?
I mean, he shouldn't be allowed to LARP as progressive and as a Democrat.
I wouldn't
show unopposed and pretend that he is like a just your Joe Rogan for the Democrats.
I would support the Democrats not spending their capital on Hasan until and unless Hasan is willing to vocally signal his support for Democrats over Republicans in an electoral system. That's I think the limiting principle there. I haven't heard enough from Hasan to know that he is someone who would try to take away representative democracy overall. But maybe you think, but if he took the position that we should support Democrats in an election and y'all should be voting for your local Democrat every time, and he took that position strongly, I think the Democrats should probably consider building bridges.
What do you think? Can you infer what Hasan's positions might be based on the things he supports and statements he's had about other subjects, or do you need him to tell you, oh, I want this system in America specifically, or can you also take his statements on systems in other countries, or also statements about his strategy? Because previously he said that his objective is to be a gateway to Marxist-Leninists.
He said Marxist-Leninists?
Yeah, to the deprogram guys, to their he said that he's a pipeline.
Sorry, I'm asking something specific. So you think that are there statements of Hasan supporting Lenin?
Almost definitely. Like
but you're not sure, right? As you sit here, you're not sure. No, I'm just asking. As you sit here right now, you're unsure, correct?
Right now, yes. But
Okay.
I've watched Hasan enough, and I've seen him definitely support one party rule in China. I think I've seen him support one party rule in Cuba. I'm pretty sure he supported the USSR for various things.
So he supported the government. He thought the Soviet Union was based, and he thought that the Castro was based, and the Chinese Communist Party is based.
In terms of like his signaled about things they've done wrong, but he generally has shown support for their style of governance as well.
Okay, if he support their style of government, unless he's willing, again, like I said, unless he's willing to show that he, by supporting mainstream Democrats who almost certainly do not have that allegiance, I wouldn't want him around. Like if he's not going to support mainstream Democrats, and I think supporting mainstream Democrats, if you said some cringe things in the past, I'm not going to say that you're necessarily cut out of the coalition, but supporting mainstream Democrats, I think, would be a signal to me that he's enough ingratiated in the movement that I really wouldn't care as much unless the statements in the past were of a character to suggest that he, I don't know, he's only supporting these candidates to institute autocracy. But I think support for, like, for example, if he vocally supported and said everyone should go vote for Joe Biden, everyone should go vote for Kamala Harris, you would think the Democrats should embrace that message, right, and retweet him when he does the endorsement.
I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, he would be the equivalent to Richard Spencer telling me to vote for Joe Biden.
Really?
Yes. Like, I don't. If Richard Spencer or the KKK wants to say to vote for a Democrat, I'm not gonna say, oh, then you're part of the big tent. I'm just gonna say, okay, you vote for me, good, but I don't give a fuck.
So you would think the Democrats should not, like, do interviews with Hasan? They should cancel him.
Only. How do you say it in English? Debating style, or
But like, let's
maybe
say
not oppositional necessarily.
let's say that like AOC wanted to sell some package that she's putting through in the Congress, and she wants people to know about it. Should she go on Hasan's stream to be like, "Hey, this is what we're doing in the Congress"?
No.
Okay. And the reason is because you view Hasan similarly to Richard Spencer in that how?
You legitimize the extremist and illiberal content creators that want to subvert and undermine the liberal movement. They are using the like the veneer of liberalism to be a pipeline to Marxist-Leninism.
So by the way, same thing. AOC should not go on Fox News as well, correct, for an interview?
When she goes to Fox News, she.
I'm going to ask that one more time. Yes or no? Should AOC, in trying to promote her legislation, let's say hypothetical, should she go on Fox News? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I say why?
Yeah.
What's the difference? So what I said initially was that if Democrats engage with Hasan Piker for interviews or stuff like that, it should be in the way they engage with Fox News for stuff like that. So in like a combative or setting, or like an enemy behind enemy line setting. Cringe, I know, as a term. I don't know how to say it in English otherwise.
But wouldn't you fear, oh, you're legitimizing Fox News, you're going on Fox News?
You're going behind enemy lines to promote your site in a combative scenario.
Let me think about that, all right? I'll think about that. I think that there's something to be gained. So, like, so for example, let's say that Hasan offered me an opportunity to come on his stream to talk to his channel about an issue, like to talk about, for example, why the Kilmar Abrego Garcia case is like really important. Do you think I should take that opportunity?
Wait, can you repeat that zone out? Sorry.
If Hasan, let's say that one of Hasan's mod reaches out to me and says, "Hey, we really want you to explain the legal position right here about Kilmar Abrego Garcia to our audience to suggest why it's so important," should I take that offer?
Yes, sure.
Why?
I mean, the same reason you would go on Fox News to do it.
Okay, so then it looks like you're okay with using Hasan's platform in certain circumstances.
Yeah. Yes, okay. I'm okay with. I'm okay with engaging in confrontational discourse with our enemies.
No, it's not just like, well, come
I'm
on,
not.
Pisco, come on the stream because we want to know the legal breakdown of this case. I'm like, oh
Yes,
yeah, I'm gonna
but
go on to do it.
The same way, if you go on Fox News to discuss the Kilmar case, they will ask you probably like
Tougher questions, right? I think that if I went on Fox News, I think that they would ask me tougher questions. I think Hasan would probably just like accept because he's already ideologically committed against what they're doing with Kilmar, right? So I think that it would be a softball with Hasan.
Yeah, but Hasan would probably maybe say, he won't maybe say, oh, Trump is right to do this, but maybe he'll say, oh, but Democrats did the same thing or similar
Yeah,
thing
and then I would fight that,
last
right?
time.
But then I would fight that. Is the difference maybe because I'm not legitimizing Hasan because I'm smaller and you would view that differently than AOC? I'm just trying to find a place where we can distinguish, right? Because you wouldn't have a problem with AOC doing this, like Hasan inviting AOC to say, this is what the administration is doing, this is why it's so bad. I think you'd have a problem with that.
No, my main point is if you go on shows like that, you have to basically stand on business and know what their motivation is like.
Okay.
Because previously when politicians like AOC have gone on his stream, he's pretended or he's portrayed himself as like the lefty liberal who just wants healthcare and free college. But we all know, and he said like directly that he wants much more than that, including not liberalism. So the same way you go with a mindset of what the platform is on Fox News, you should go on Hasan.
Got it. Okay. So it's not a categorical Democrats don't work with Hasan. It's use Hasan for your own ends.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't work with Fox News. You go on Fox News.
Okay. And so you would be against, for example, like them announcing Hasan endorsing a candidate. You'd be like, Hasan, you shouldn't go to Hasan's stream to accept an endorsement from Hasan.
No, you wouldn't go on Richard Spencer's stream to accept his endorsement.
Okay. Okay, let me think about a little bit of that and how I feel about it. In general, I have no plans whatsoever to like. I want there to be clarity. I despise it when lefties are anti-electoral or make a false equivalence between Trump or Republicans and Democrats. It pisses me off, and I think it's incompatible. But if there are people who acknowledge over and over the benefit of voting for Democrats over Republicans, it's someone I'm going to consider making an ally. Now, Hasan doesn't do that, and Hasan additionally, like you said, has the baggage of anti-liberal positions. But I'm just being honest with you, like, if there are people who are willing to support Democrats consistently, I think the Democrats should consider, especially if they have a big platform, whether or not they're willing to work with them. You know, like Vosh, for example, is another example. Like Vosh, he obviously disagrees a lot with Democrats, but he will always say that he's going to support voting for Democrats. Would you say the same thing about Vosh? Like Vosh is a better example, right? I have a different
problem with Vosh. I don't think Vosh is. I mean, Vosh is also not for liberalism necessarily, but I don't think he's for revolutionary communism. That's one thing that's saves him a bit more than Hasan. But
the thing is, I'm not really fearful of their kind of LARPing communism, right? I almost feel like it's at current state in politics. I don't think there's much danger of this Marxist takeover, and so maybe it's because I'm not taking that threat seriously in terms of what our country will turn into, and so maybe I'm not seeing the downside in just using their platforms to convert people to Democratic voters.
There was one thing. You said consistent support, right? That was your measure.
Yeah, like I wouldn't just want Hasan support Mamdani. So, for example, he supports Mamdani. I support Mamdani, right? So I support voting for Mamdani. I support him in the primary, and definitely support voting for him in the general. And in that respect, I think Hasan, with respect to Mamdani, he's doing more things than some of the mainstream Democrats are doing, right? Some of the mainstream Democrats aren't even supporting Mamdani. So in that respect, specifically on Mamdani, I'm happier with Hasan than I am with a lot of mainstream Democrats, including like Kirsten Gillibrand. So I'm supporting of primarying Kirsten Gillibrand because of how outraged that makes me. And so, for example, I think that Hasan is better on Mamdani than Kirsten Gillibrand.
But why do you think Hasan and Vosh support Mamdani?
Yeah, because I think it's more ideological, and I think it's out of convenience, for sure, 100%. But that's just what I mean. I think like, it needs to go both ways, and I wouldn't want Hasan. I wouldn't want. Yeah, I know. I know. I wouldn't want Hasan just to support the candidates that are the most ideologically aligned with him. I would want him to acknowledge the benefits of voting for Democrats overall, which he doesn't do. So, yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, so I want to repeat that Hasan isn't consistent in his support. He's
I agree.
Only, just to reiterate why he doesn't fit your criteria, at least for the moment.
Yeah.
And also, since he's admitted that he is a subversive, specifically trying to subvert like the Democrat Party to usurp the power structure to his illiberal ideology, then you have to be extra careful about his statements of support and his appearances on liberal media.
I'll be careful about that. Hey, thank you so much for your input here. I think you would agree though that you would vote for Hasan over Trump, or no?
In the current everything as is right now, yes.
Nice.
But for Hasan to be a candidate, it wouldn't be like it is today. Like Trump has a code.
Yeah, it's just a hypothetical. No, but like under current circumstances, you would substitute, if you could, Hasan for Trump. You wouldn't prefer Trump to stay in office.
But I think there was a disconnect with the previous chatter who you asked this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like very not good hypothetical, because you're comparing like the hypothetical mask on Hasan with the mask off.
So ideologically, do you find yourself ideologically more compatible with Hasan Piker or with Charlie Kirk?
With mask on Hasan, yes. With mask off Hasan, probably with Kirk.
Kirk, interesting. Very interesting answer.
Because mask off Hasan is basically some mix between
some Bernie and
Mao Zedong.
Oh, mask off Hasan.
Not Bernie. Yes.
Okay, got it. Hey,
and yeah,
thank you so much. I gotta get the last caller, but I really appreciate it.
Okay, see ya
Later, man.